Welcome back, it's Ravens Bloodlust. So, when was the last time I did a Dead by Daylight video? It's been a while. Oh, the Spirit came out. I had some theories on that, and I was right! Woo! Anyways, moving on. So, what we got going on is, everyone knows PTB came out. People played it. Everyone's like, some people don't know about this, but NOED now, it doesn't matter if it's Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3. It is a one-hit down attack now. So when it's the patch is fully coming out, I'm not saying it's right now, but that's what the PTB is. A lot of Survivor Remains are gonna be super pissed off about it. They're gonna be like, eh. So there's that. There's so much other stuff in there, like Freddy's getting a buff. It's gonna take what do you call it? Longer. It's gonna be less things for him to get woken up out of it, so he's gonna be a little more powerful. There's a couple other buffs in there and stuff. I'm not gonna go over the whole list. This is super long. This is a big patch. So also we talked about a little before, the hallowed bight information coming out and stuff like that. So we got the new cosmetics. A lot of people have seen some of it on Instagram, on their Twitter, on YouTube. And the possibility of information on Chapter 10's new killer. We just got the Spirit about a month ago, something like that, I think. So Chapter 10 would be probably around November, December. This Hallowed Blight event is really interesting because if you look at the cosmetics have like all the killers like transforming into these like crazy monstrosities. They all have syringes in them somehow. So I'm wondering if like the new killer related, like the killer transforms the other killers and other killers. Like the entity itself doesn't seem to have a reason to like transform or make these killers more powerful or more disturbing, or if it's an effect for you being so long inside the entity's web of layers and stuff, or dungeons, whatever you want to call it. It said that survivors do lose their humanity and they eventually do become killers. So people already covered that, but to make the killer more like change it more than what it already was or is, we already kind of seen that with the cosmetics in a way. Like the hag is becoming more human-like, which is kind of interesting. Like it's reverse. But in the new cosmetics, the Hallowed Blight, like they're really grotesque and just like disgusting. Like the doctor has like some extra eyes, and everyone has like plants coming out of them. And like I said, the syringes, and it's just it's different, different take. So it's like, I don't know, like to advantage wise, would the entity really evolve the killers to make them, I mean, we kind of see it, we could say it lore wise, patch wise, yes, but like appearance wise and give them new abilities, or is it another killer that's affecting them? We won't know until the Hallowed Blight comes out. We're just getting these little snippets of things. It's kind of interesting. I would kind of think like the entity is not on the killer side. The entity is not on the survivor side. The whole thing's a game, to the entity. And it's a game, so it's like it gets entertainment, and by the killers sacrificing the survivors, the entity takes their essence or their soul or whatever you want to call it, a little bit at a time, until they're nothing. And not all killers went willingly into the entity's web. If you like read some of it, some of them had to be forced there. And it explains how he puts caps on Freddy's powers, and it's great. They can chase new prey and stuff, but like it says, the entity is displeased. So obviously the entity does punish these killers for failing to catch these survivors in this game. But he gives it's not a it gives a possibility for escape, so it can be done again for the entity's pleasure. But when they do escape, the entity gets displeased, and obviously it takes out its rage and anger on killers. So I mean, so it might, like, as punishment, make them more grotesque, you know, like, oh, you're gonna have an extra eye, you're gonna have all this growing out of you. I'm like, this is your punishment. And like, not physically well, that's physically torturing them, not like, and maybe mentally, like, in a way. This might go too far into lore and stuff, and now I'm just kind of like going into it. There's been theories out there what the entity is and stuff. It's obviously some demonic thing that has its own world and own realm. Not of this world or any worlds we know. It does replicate why things look different in the entity's world, because it's what's its version of what it thinks like what stuff looks like in the real world. It catches glimpses of it and it pulls these people into this world. So like I said, it's probably a punishment thing. Like, he's not altering, I keep saying it is not altering the killers to be better. It's more of a punishment. The hallowed blight, because it's Halloween themed, but blight doesn't necessarily you don't think good. It's a sickness, it's a plague, it's a virus, it's negative. So it's not gonna be good. I'm hoping we get double blood points from it. I'm hoping we get like I don't know, double something, maybe shards. They won't give us those. What do you think with this? Like, do you think it's the entity is punishing the killers by doing that? Am I looking too far into it? Am I looking too far into this information theory? Is it totally out there for a conspiracy? We do cover a little bit conspiracies in games, and this is a conspiracy that I'd like to discuss more. Does it, I keep saying it, punish killers? Obviously punish survivors in a way, like they're there. So I want to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe. Ravens Bloodlust. I'll catch you guys later.